Good morning, everybody. Toast to you and all you do. I hope you're having a fantastic day. My apologies for missing a couple videos. Things have just been all over the place, and I have not had time to sit down and make a video. But with a very important and unique astrological thing happening this full moon, I wanted to make sure that I took some time to make this video and sit down and talk to all of you guys about what's about to happen and happening. So we have had some eclipses. We've had a lot of very transformational energy happening. Uranus is in a very unique place. Pluto is in a unique place. Neptune is in a unique place. And in places that they won't be back again for a long time. It is also... They are also all at their 29th degree, which is part of that. They're not going to be back here in a long time. They are also, well, Pluto just went direct, but the rest of them are all retrograde, which really brings in this like check energy of taking a moment to stop and really think, have I learned all of the lessons that this planet is trying to teach me as it has traveled through this sign? All of these things are happening, plus we have had the solar and lunar eclipse, which are also big transformational moments, big change that you can't go back from, really reinforcing that Uranus energy. Pluto and Neptune are both calling out all of these big truths. We're seeing a lot of really big truths come out, like shocking things that, we might have heard whispers about or thought maybe were happening, but now we're really seeing proof and evidence of a lot of these things. Also keep in mind, as we see a lot of these truths coming out of the news and we see big shocking things revealed, I think one of the truths that we can no longer look away from is that our mass media, a lot of times on social media and all of these places, we're not always getting the full picture. Sometimes we're being told to look over here while something else is happening over here. So just keep that in mind as all of these truths come to light. Some truths are going to get more highlighting than others, and I think that's in a way to kind of direct our focus. So be informed, be aware, see all of the truths that are coming to light from top to bottom in your personal lives, in our public lives, in our communities, in our governments, in our everything. We are seeing truths everywhere. And so that's a big theme that we've been kind of talking a lot about, but I think in this moment, as Pluto is going direct and is for the last time in Capricorn, I think this is a big moment when we are really being called on to focus on the truth and seeing the truth for what it really is. Had to put the puppy away. All right, so we will jump right into this full moon coming up. So funny. As soon as I turn the camera on, there's like a dog or a chicken in the background and an airplane. It is just the chaos that is this time. And I pull out the wrong chart. Okay, so we have the full moon coming up on this Aries Libra axis. And as you can see, I've highlighted in yellow, we have all of these planets aligning so that they are all sextile from each other, creating a grand sextile. This doesn't happen very often, obviously, because for 6 planets to line up and make that perfect hexagon, it doesn't happen very often. It's just mathematically that's not a common occurrence. Also, part of this is that a lot of these planets are in retrograde. So you have we have Jupiter in retrograde, which is really calling for us to slow down and to stop and take some time to reflect, to question our beliefs, to question the information we have and the wisdom that we take from that, and really see, is this truth? Is this, the position we want to continue to grow from? And take that time. So it's really asking us to slow down, which as we approach the as we approach Samhain and we've just come through the equinox, the energy is busy in itself. So this is just like a moment to stop and take time to reflect on what you're harvesting. Take some breaths, do some grounding, and really see the fruits of your labor, and are these the fruits that you want to be bringing forward. This is really emphasized by Saturn, which is also in retrograde, and that is another one of those energies that when it is in Saturn is retrograde, it's asking you, you know, are you fulfilling your life's purpose? Are you fulfilling your role in the community? Are you headed in the right direction? So both of these planets are really asking you to slow down and really focus on where your growth is going. We also have Uranus retrograde, and it is still conjunct with Sedna. It's still in this large finger of fate with Haumea and Neptune, and it is also calling for us to break free from our old patterns. It's questioning our habits and our routines, you know, and it's asking you to embrace this change that we're stepping through, even if it's really, really hard. You know, truths come to light, things are realized, and then suddenly, wow, I got to make some big choices. I have to really decide how I want to step forward with this. And this is something you have to step forward through. You have to step through this transition, and you have to really embrace that change. We also have Neptune, which is retrograde, and that is questioning your perception of reality. It's questioning the way that you see the world. Like, are you seeing it through rose-colored glasses, or are they purple or green, or, you know, do you have big blinders on? Or maybe you're, you know, completely looking the other way, or creating an illusion and that you sit in that has now become a delusion that you live in, and it's not always the right path in our healing purpose. And so again, we are really being asked to step back and see the reality that we live in, and is this really where we want to be? Is this what we're growing from? And are we really embracing the change that we need in order to step forward, like on our spiritual evolution, on our life purpose evolution, like on your path at this moment? We are all being called to make a big change. We are all being told to step forward, to step through into this new beginning, and really embrace this universal evolution that's happening. The energy of the universe has like clicked out to another set, another change. We are growing as a evolutionary, universal, spiritual, all of these different levels. We're also growing as individuals in the life that we are living right this second. And so this can feel very overwhelming. The other planet that is retrograde right now is Eris. And Eris is really asking you, are you seeing this from a superficial perspective? Are you stuck on who is the fairest of them all? Who has the most money? Who has the most fame? Are these the things that you're stuck in? Or are you really seeing reality for what reality is? And are you doing the right thing to step forward and to make a better place, to make a better society, to make a better you, a better community, a better everything? I've said this over and over and over again throughout the video, all of my videos, is that if we individually step forward, being, you know, in charge of our own power, doing the right thing from a wise and humble and kind position, we would have a much better place in this. Like, the world would just be better. So that's the goals, for us all to step forward like that, for us all to make those choices that not only help ourselves but help our community and the world around us, so that we can live in a better place, so that we can evolve spiritually and emotionally and really heal, not only from our current traumas but also from generational trauma. Eris is still conjunct to Chiron, and Chiron really calls out that generational trauma, that cultural trauma, that community trauma, and it really brings it to the forefront and is like, this is what we need to heal from, not this is what we need to refocus on and do all of this stuff to continue on this trauma, but we actually need to heal from this trauma. We need to learn, we need to step forward, and we need to heal our hearts, our souls, our families, and just really move forward. And again, adding to that transformational energy. We also have, as I mentioned previously, but we also have Pluto, which is going direct. And hold on, I made a note somewhere about this. Oh, see, now I can't find my note because we're just all over the place. But, all right, anyways. So Pluto goes direct, and we are really shown the last bits of truth about who we've given our power to over the last 30 years as Pluto has been in Capricorn. Now, Pluto takes almost 300 years to go through its cycle, so we will never in our lifetime see Pluto in Capricorn again. It is now stepping into Aquarius. Well, almost. It's at 29 degrees right now of Capricorn. And as it finishes up its path in Capricorn, we are shown both the error of our ways, but also the truth in our ways. And in the ways that we've given our power, the ways that we've expressed our passions, and the ways that we've kept our secrets. Pluto really calls out for this big transformation, and it really says, okay, here is the bed that you have created, and now that you're lying in it, what are the changes that you're going to make as we step forward? And moving from Capricorn to Aquarius really calls on us to make this transformation from top-down power to, that grassroots energy from the bottom where we start as our roots and to really grow up. And since Pluto is also a planet of endings and new beginnings, as it steps through from one sign to the next, it steps through with a take these lessons and now step onto the other side and really transform and move on. It's not like a let's hold on to this energy and let's really muddle in it and play with it and use it and do whatever. No, this is death and rebirth. So we are being called to take the information that we've learned from the way that we've created our societies and our homes and our communities, and to step forward, doing it differently, doing it in a better way, and doing it in a way where our power is not coming from an outside source. Eris reminds us that we don't need that outside source. We know what is right, and we need to step through with our true inner passions and let the divine source of endless flooding, unconditional love, that flood of nutrients and amazingness that can come from Aquarius, but it also needs to wash away the old things and step forward. So we have this really, again, heavy transformation energy. Neptune is at 27 degrees and it's retrograde, so it's going through the last bits of Aquarius again, and then it's going to step through into Aries, into this. So not only is it at the end of a sign, but it's also at the end of the whole zodiac year, and it is stepping through. It'll come back into Aries, and as it makes this transition, it also, like stepping into Aquarius, stepping out of Aquarius, is washing away this. It is creating this transition, and then it's going to call on this fresh new perspective, this fresh new way to look at life. And that's also highlighted by the grand trine, or the minor trine, that it's been in with Uranus and Pluto for quite some time now. We've talked a lot about this being the pioneering trine that really helps you to see the world in this new light. And we're, again, being asked, are we seeing reality for reality, or are we seeing it through some state of delusion? While it's in retrograde, these things might come to you like bam in your face, or it might come to you like, wow, do I really see the world through this perspective? Because now I'm realizing what a fog I've created, so that I only see the world like this. By overemphasizing that, and then you're like, wow, okay, it's that parody kind of thing. So again, with the big transitions, now all of those retrograde planets are, not all of them, I guess Saturn and Eris are not a part of this, but we have Pluto sextile to Neptune, Neptune sextile to Uranus, Uranus sextile to Mars, Mars sextile to Vesta, Vesta sextile to Venus, and Venus sextile to Pluto. So they really bring about this full circle. And so sextiles are generally a positive. They are a beneficial energy where we pull out the energies that these planets share together. So we've been talking a lot about the Uranus, Neptune, Pluto aspect of this and that pioneering energy. But now on the other side of that, we're adding Venus, Vesta, and Mars. So with Mars being at opposition to Pluto, it is like a mirror into your primal drives. It is really asking you to see the truth in what motivates you. It is ready to kick through any door of transformation. Mars adds its fiery energy, its very motivating energy to Pluto, and it's like, let's burn through any of our obstacles and let's really create this big change. It also can bring out any anger, frustrations, pent up aggressions that you have held for a long time. And it's going to bring them up to the surface. It's going to bring up any emotions that you've held down deep. So you might feel this like eruption of energy, of feelings coming to the surface that can be kind of disruptive. But if you use them in order to motivate you to make the change that you need to make, and you use that frustration in a productive way, this can be a really motivating moment. If this opposition is a lot and you use that energy in a less productive way, we can have negative things happening. If you look through history, when these two planets are at opposition, we see explosive bad things happening. So we have to be able to shift our focus from using that negativity and using that frustration to do more negativity, but instead to motivate us to do what's right and really step into that, which Vesta really calls on. So Vesta is your devotion to the divine, your devotion to your passions, this commitment that you have, and it's a pure commitment. This isn't a commitment that's driven by greed or lust or some not good thing. This is a commitment that is driven by your pure devotion to do what is right and what is good and what is pure. I mean, with the Vestal Virgins, we're a sign of purity. And Vesta brings in, again, a fiery energy that's really motivated, but it's motivated to do the right thing. It's motivated to use that fire as a tool in order to step through as a cleansed, healthy, devoted person to your passions. And then finally, those are sextile. Pluto and Vesta are sextile to Venus, which reminds us of our, creative, beautiful inner child, our endless source of unconditional love, a beauty that just radiates forth with amazingness. And so all together, we have this big push for change, and we have this like motivating divine push of like, it's that you can do it kind of energy on the other side of that. And so as we look at this all together, we also have, like I said before, that finger of fate with Haumea, and Uranus and Neptune is still happening. And so this is really just this focus on transformation. It is, again, a big push. Like, this might be scary, and this might be really hard, and this is a really hard threshold to step through, but you need to step through it. You need to step through it in a positive way that says, I love myself, I love my community, I love this place, I love the earth, and I'm going to step forward and do the right thing. I'm going to step forward, and I'm going to heal. I'm going to let go and transform and really step into this new beginning. And it is going to be really hard. It is not something that's going to be like, oh, perfect, whatever, it's so easy. It's just not that. This is hard transitions. If we look at the myths of Haumea and Sedna and Uranus, we have a lot of like big, disruptive, hard change. And that's what these planets are calling out. As Pluto makes this big transition, it's also calling out transformation and making big changes. And we we have to let that healing happen. We have to step forward, and we have to step forward in this rebel. It's going to take some grounding. It's going to take healing, but this is something that you can do. So the other part of this full moon is the moon part itself. So we have the moon on the Aries Libra axis. So Aries is of the self, of self identity, self expression, individuality, initiation, really starting that self forward. Where Libra is about community, and your place in the community. It's about finding balance in the world that you live in. It's highly connected, or not highly. The sun is conjunct to Juno right now, so it really emphasizes the Libra aspects of partnerships, emphasizing our need for these long-lasting, committed relationships, not necessarily just romantic, but also of like the support of your family and your community, and how you find balance in that setting. And that it's an important thing to like retain. It also lightens up the mood a little bit. Libra has a very light energy, so it helps to bring a positive push to this quick, fiery, transformative energy we have going on right now. The sun and moon are also in a grand T-square, in a grand cardinal cross, because all of the planets are in cardinal signs. So we have Pluto in Capricorn, the sun in Libra, Mars in Cancer, and the moon in Aries. The dog is very upset that I have left him inside. We'll try to let him out again so that he stops barking, and then we'll come back to the cardinal cross. Give me 1 second. See, it's a puppy. I mean, he doesn't look like a puppy so much anymore. He's 9 months old now, and he's humongous, but he's still a puppy, and we're working on it. Anyways, so we have a cardinal cross with Pluto, Mars, the sun, and the moon. So we kind of talked about this Pluto-Mars opposition because it's in that grand sextile. But it also just really, again, it is a motivating factor to like bring up all of these deep, dark things that we don't need anymore. Let's process them. Let's deal with them. Let's heal from this. With the sun and the moon in this square, it really emphasizes this need to find balance between who we are and who we sit with in the community, and calling on a lot of, I feel like, again, with the trust issues. It is asking us, who are we giving our power to, and why are we giving our power to them? It is asking what is motivating us to do these things, what is giving us our drive to achieve these goals, and are our goals really helping us establish this balance between who we are and who we want to be, and where we come from and where we're going. The moon is also exact conjunct with Eris, so again, it's calling out that superficialness. I feel like this grand cross is really asking us about our feelings and where we sit with our feelings. Have we masked them? Are we hiding them? Are we creating this false perception? Or are we really shining through with this healing truth? Are we moving past those superficial feelings? Are we shifting, are we shifting from the role? This is really a big thing with this cross. And we've talked about this before, but all of the energies that are in this cardinal cross really emphasize the difference between accepting the role of a victim or moving forward into this healthy place where you have accountability for your own actions. You don't take blame that's not yours. You don't have shame for actions of others, but you do take accountability for your feelings and your place in this world, and you step forward as a healed individual. I think sometimes when we hear those words like the role of a victim, you're like, I didn't put myself in this place. And no, you didn't. That's not what that means. It means, do you continue to keep yourself in that place and continue to accept that position? Or are you saying, yes, something happened to me. I have this trauma. But this trauma does not control the rest of my life. This trauma is an incident that I learned from, that I'm healing from, that I'm stepping forward from. But this is something that happened in the past, and I have to leave it in this rubble that I am looking at as I stand here, because my entire foundation has been shook, and all of the pieces that are not helping me have fallen to the ground. And that is, for some, is going to be really, really, really challenging. For others, it's going to be a little less challenging. But for most of us, this is really challenging. This is really shaking some core foundations of our life. You know, some crutches that we've held on to, some coping mechanisms, some easy thing that made life easy, and so we just held on to that, and we've held on to that, and we've realized that it's not making it better for us. It's not helping us achieve our goals. It's actually hindering us, and it's keeping us back. And this cardinal cross is like the shining, beaming light on that. And it is calling on you to heal from that, whatever it may be, and to really step forward, using this cross as like your shield to move forward and as your motivation to keep you moving forward, and making those changes that need to be made, and not sitting there, you know, just taking it and just sitting with that. Everyone has had things happen to them in their life that they wish had never happened to them. Everybody has something that they're healing from, and whatever that something is, it's time to step forward. It's time to make that change and heal from that moment, and stand up and say, okay, this happened to me, but this is not me, and really make those changes. So, what is the other? We still have Jupiter square to Saturn, which again is, and they're both retrograde, so this is a big moment of like calling out. Did you make the right choice? Are you doing the things that you need to be doing to step forward? Are you really learning and healing and creating this path that you want to create? And for those of us who are on a journey through this life to deal with our karmatic retribution, I feel like this has felt a lot stronger right now, because it's not even just the karma from this life, but the karma from all your lives. Not everyone is as tied to the karma in their last life, so that might not necessarily be a thing for you. Some people are having really strong past life memories, having feelings, having things come up to them. And that information is coming to you because these are moments that you need to heal from also. These are things that you still carry with your soul. So it might not even just be this lifetime. This square is really, not even just this square, but this everything is really calling out all of the things happening in our life. Jupiter is also square to Neptune. This is one of those things where it's like, well, then how come Neptune and Saturn aren't square, or conjunct? They're just not close enough. Jupiter happens to be sitting right between these two planets in this square. So this square with Jupiter really, hold on, let me find it so that I say, there's so much going on. My notes are long. So this square, Jupiter square to Neptune, again, both in retrograde, are it's all of the things I already talked about. They're just really hard focusing on these questions. Are you seeing the world in which you need to see? Are you stepping forward, expanding with the right energy that you need to expand with? Are you seeing the perspective, like, here's the divine perspective, now are you going to look at it kind of situation? Are you really using your wisdom in a way that is helping you grow? So again, questioning this transition, questioning this change. We do have a softer thing happening with Jupiter trying to the Sun and Saturn sextile to Ceres. So Saturn sextile to Ceres is a reminder that your community can help you. There's a blue jay right here on my roof. This is a reminder that good things are happening and your community can help you, and you can build this communal place where you will manifest the fruits that you want. And with the sun trying to Jupiter, it is really expanding that true self forward. It is saying, let your light shine. Oh, it's actually a woodpecker. Hello, beautiful woodpecker. I don't know if you can see it. It's flying up. I don't know if you'll see it. Up here on the roof. There she is. Oh, hello, little woodpecker. Woodpeckers bring divine information. Actually, they're asking you, are you listening to the gods and the divine information that you're getting? She is amazing. Oh, there she goes. I don't know if we got it. Maybe. Anyways, so that's a lot like what these planets are asking us right now, especially that square with Jupiter and Neptune. So funny. Are you listening to the divine inspiration that you're getting? Are you allowing your crown chakra to open and flow forward with the energy of the divine? And especially as we get closer to Samhain and this veil between our realm and their realm and all realms and the spiritual and the divine, and as that becomes even thinner, we're probably going to have more vivid dreams, more information is going to come to you, and you are really being called out to listen to that information and to make the changes that need to be made. So this will also be a supermoon. It's at 24 degrees, which has a numerology of 6, which really emphasizes that love, that, beauty, inspiration, this passion to really step forward and step through this transition and really see the truths that we are being asked to see, to shed those old beliefs, shed those old habits, really step forward, really make this change and heal. So with that being said, I hope that you are finding the support in the community that you need in order to get through these transitions as smoothly as possible. Also remember that even if you think that you are completely alone, there's always someone out there for you. There's always some support there. And if you can't find it, reach out to me. I can help find local community to you. I can help you with what I can. Sometimes we just need an ear to listen to. But it is just important that you realize that the truths that are coming to you for a reason. The divine, the universe, God, whoever it is that you call to, is asking you to see these things and to see them for what they are, and to step away from the superficial belief of this is how it needs to be because it's been this way because of tradition or family history or whatever it may be. It is time to step forward and make those changes. It is time to heal that trauma from all aspects of life. Generational trauma, past life trauma, this life trauma that we've created because we've decided that we just need more trauma in our life. We have to let go of all of that, and we have to step forward and allow these transformations to happen. Allow this information to come to you and help you heal and help you move forward. That's so funny because I can see the woodpecker again. She's come back. The gods are giving you something. The gods have shown you the light, and they are going to just pound it on there, and you need to see it, and you need to step forward and make that healing happen. So I hope that you are all having a fantastic day, and I will talk to you soon. I promise I'm going to get back in the habit of doing this. We're going to start the introspective journey soon. And we're going to kind of go from there. I don't have time to make a new book this year, so we have 3 introspective journeys. I recommend all 3 of them. The third one is the most interactive. Obviously, as I've made these books, the process has grown and changed. Each of them is a way for you to question yourself, really think about who you are, and then really step forward at the end and reflect on that and say, hey, these are the transitions, these are the transformations, these are the things I need to change, these are the things I need to heal, this is where I'm sitting at in my practice and my beliefs and who I am, and to just really help you reflect. Because as we get through Samhain and this dark time between Samhain and Yule, it is that time to reflect. And all of these retrogrades are asking you, so we're just getting it started a little early. But it's really time to sit back and take a breath and reflect on your beliefs, on your habits, on who you are, on who you want to be, and on who you're giving your power to and what they're doing with that power. So, you might be keeping your own power for yourself. You just need to reflect on how you're using that power. Everyone is going to have their own place in this, but everyone is going through this transformation. Everybody is dealing with something difficult, something hard, something they didn't want to have to deal with. So just have a little patience with everyone around you. Have a little patience with yourself, and start with kindness. Lead with that unconditional love that we can all tap into, and we can all say, hey, this is here no matter what. And we can share that unconditional love, and we can really help this world to heal and transform and move forward. So I hope for the best for you and your loved ones, and I hope that you get through this with as few scars as possible, and many blessings to you. And don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys all soon. Many blessings.